even here at Stanford, I've taught at Stanford for over 30 years. If I have low expectations of my kids, they will live
They'll
down.
meet it.
And so I often say, I would go to some little play that the kids are running around and dancing and whatever, and people say, "Isn't that cute?" No, actually, it's not. Let them practice, and it will be better for everybody if they understand that they're actually achieving something by working hard. And so in our families, you didn't have excuses for poor performance.
Right.
You were expected to do your very best. And I have a story actually similar to that of Burgess. We moved to Denver when I was 12, and so I went to St. Mary's Academy, a very highly regarded college prep school, because believe it or not, my parents thought the Denver public schools were not as good as the segregated public schools I had gone to in Alabama. And so the Denver public schools were into experimentation with new math and all kinds of things. And my parents said, "Oh, math is just fun." So they sent me to a college prep school. I took the preliminary SATs, but I was very young. I was only 12 in when I started ninth grade. And so I didn't do very well. And the high school guidance counselor said to me, "Well, you may just not be college material." I went home laughing and said this to my parents. It was all I could do to keep them from getting in the car right then and heading to the school to confront her. I said, "Don't worry about it." I don't believe what she said because I had that confidence that my parents and my relatives and my community, the little place that I grew up in, Titusville, in the place in Birmingham, Alabama, also produced the first National Merit Scholar in the state. Also produced a woman who became a governor of the IMF, first Black woman deputy governor of the IMF. The person who would go on to become the president of the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, Freeman Rabowski, who has trained more Black PhDs than any place in the country in STEM, lived right around the
Wow.
corner from me in segregated Birmingham, Alabama. So parents, community, family, and teachers, when they're one, the kid has a foundation that is unshakable when they meet those people who are going to have low expectations of you.
Well, that is a powerful story, and I love the list of successes that come from one small community in segregated Alabama. That just tells me that the best is yet to come. If we can coordinate, collaborate, and fuse our efforts together, we can make sure that more stories come from more parts of this nation than we had in the past. We should have more in the future. And I'll say, Burgess, we need to work harder on some legislation to make sure that the dreams that we're talking about today are realities tomorrow, because it sounds like they were yesterday, so they need to be tomorrow as well. So I know that I've been working on legislation from the School Choice Now, where I make sure that your pre-pandemic education course is cemented for your future in spite of the pandemic.